Mistake. Well, there we go, we're on. Rookie mistake, I tell you. Sorry. I'm there talking away, no one knows what I'm saying. Right, at least we caught that pretty quick. There's only been 7 people in. Hang on, who's just... someone's purchased. Bloody hell, that was quick. No, it's not another sign of the apocalypse. Thank you very much, Georgina, for purchasing a pack. In fact, I need to lower that. There we go. Oh, that's too small now over there. Let me, Oh, this is terrible. Right, so we're 1 pack to the 50. That's crazy. By the way, that 50 packs is not a target for today, by the way, before anyone says, oh my god, you'll never get to that. It's not a target for today. But yeah, so, sorry, yes, Tommy, I will start over. So I was saying, as soon as you popped in and you said, what's up, lover, I was going, oh god, like that. Anyway, you probably got that expression. So then I was saying, so it's just a chill in a chat today. That's all it is. It's just a chill in a chat. So if you've got any questions in the chat, then please go for it. Also, Georgina was very, very quick on the draw with that. Didn't even give me a chance to even say it. But I've got a little thing up there, and when we get to 50 packs sold, whenever that may be in the next few weeks, or even today, if by some miracle, I don't know. But by the time when we get to 50 packs sold on the ads cards, I will be doing a giveaway, and I will give away 5 free packs to basically any of the purchasers. That's what I'm trying to say. So it doesn't matter if you buy 1 pack or you buy the whole 50 packs or whatever to get us right up to the goal. You will be included in that giveaway as a purchaser, and I will just give the 5 packs to a random purchaser of the packs. Don't forget also, if you have got any ads cards to redeem, obviously you can do those while the chat is going on. Obviously, because I'm guessing a few people will redeem ads cards today, we might not get to all the questions, and so what I might do is actually put an ads card, do an ads card for a question as well, so that then it's a way of people getting their questions heard if I miss them in the chat, because I think going forward, if a few of these ads cards start coming in, and people redeem them, then obviously my eyes are going to be taken off the chat a bit more, and so we need a way to make sure that people's questions are getting heard as well. So anyway, I'll do any questions in the chat, and if I get an ads card to redeem, I will sort that when it comes up. So we have Tommy in, we have DMH Products in, we have Pleasant Valley Picker, we have In It to Flip It, we have Julie Pearson, we have did I say Pleasant Valley Picker? Yeah, I did, didn't I? Georgina we've got in. We've got Jimmy in. Jim. Yeah, it is Jimmy. It is Jimmy. I wanted to say Jamie. I don't know why. We've got Jimmy in. We've got Fat Girl Sewing in. We've got Jennifer in. And we've got Chris in. So pretty much all the regulars in here. So, question, do you have a PPI account with Royal Mail? I do not have a PPI account with Royal Mail. I used to have a click and drop, but I don't use that much anymore because, well, pretty much hardly ever, because I use Hermes pretty much for everything. Ads is starting to sound like a used car salesman. Buy now to win. Hey, you got to do it, haven't you? You got to find new ways. You got to find new ways to what do we call it? Sell that stuff or whatever. I don't know. Oh, I haven't a clue. Anyway, what was I saying? So PPI account. No, I do not have a PPI account. I have a click and drop account. Oh my god, someone's bought 10 packs. Who's bought that? Tommy. Oh, thank you very much, Tommy. And you can redeem them whenever you would like. I think people are limited to redeeming maybe 3 or 4 cards a show, because otherwise it would get carnage. So I think it's maybe 3, 4, something like that. Might be a little bit more. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so I have a click and drop account, as I said, and I don't use that much anymore because I use Hermes. So yeah, it's I've used Hermes for a while now. I did send some items out with Royal Mail today because I thought it would be better to go to Royal Mail drop-off than go to the Hermes drop-off, because the Hermes drop-off is sometimes a little bit crowded with people, especially at certain times. So I thought, I'll avoid a few people, because obviously we're meant to be doing that with this not self-isolation particularly, but what do we call social distancing thing. So I thought, right, well, I'll go to the quick drop-off at the Royal Mail delivery office. There's usually no one in there. Anyway, I go there, and there's like 3 people in there, so it's crazy. Yeah, what are you going to do, eh? So there was still people in there. So I did go there anyway today. I've done a vlog today. I did a vlog yesterday, so there'll be 2 vlogs coming in the next few days. I think the first one's scheduled for the 21st, and then obviously I've got to edit that other one from today tomorrow. I'm doing more vlogs at the moment because I got, where is it? Here. I got a thing for my camera. My Wi-Fi on my G7X wasn't working for ages, and I just ignored it. I wasn't using the camera. But then I actually found that you can get one of these, which is such a simple thing. I don't know why I didn't think of it. And you can plug the card in, and then you plug it into your computer. I know. Don't tell me. I know it was a simple thing. I don't know why I didn't think of it. But yeah, so I'm doing that now. So I'm back on my camera. I'm back on my G7X, which is cool. So that'll mean the quality, well, certainly the video. Maybe the audio I'm not too happy with, actually. It's not, doesn't seem to be as good. But still, yeah, I'm going to find a way around that. I'm going to possibly put a little muffler on it or something, because it seems a little bit, I don't know what the word is. But basically, when I'm speaking quite loud, it maybe goes a bit crackly and stuff, or it has a tendency to. So I'm going to sort that out a little bit as well. Go back on that link, TB, shows you them. Oh, is Tommy wonder? Oh, okay, what do I do with this? Right, okay. So, you go back to the link on Streamloots. So, go back to Streamloots, and then you will have it should show you your collection of ads cards, and then you should be able to redeem them one by one. A lot of other people have been able to do it pretty easily, so I don't think it should be too complex. However, I'm from the point of the person who owns the collection, so I can't see exactly what it is that you see on your side. So yeah, I'm sure you'll figure it out. It should be pretty easy, Tommy. Just go back, have a play around with a few different things, and then you should be able to redeem one. And sure enough, in a couple of minutes, I'm sure a card will pop up from you. But yeah, ask someone else in the chat if you really can't sort it, because Georgina's done it, Alexis has done it, Shazada's done it, and possibly, Andrew has done it, and maybe a couple of others. Oh, here we go.
Redeemed this card. How do gorillas have sex in your dreams?
Oh my god. So does that mean I have to do an impression of a gorilla? Is that what you're meaning? Because that's the card, innit? I don't even... What does a gorilla sound like? Does anyone know what a gorilla sounds like? I haven't a clue what a gorilla sounds like. Also, is anyone seeing this jump a little bit? Oh, I see it. Yeah, there you go. You've got it, Tommy. Can anyone see if this is jumping a little bit? Oh, thank you very much, Georgina. Hey, we're on 12 now. That's crazy how quick that's gone. Can anyone see this jumping a bit? Because it seems a bit jumpy to me. It's weird. Right. So, how do I even do this? Right, okay. No, I'm not doing the action. What am I doing? I don't even know. Is that how a gorilla sounds? No, that's more of a chimpanzee, isn't it? You see, chimpanzee is, but a gorilla is a bit more manly, isn't it? It's like And then if it's actually doing the nasty thing, I don't even know what I'm doing. Why did I bother doing that card? Seriously. Oh god, that's so bad. Anyway, that's all you're getting. I'm not doing more than that. That'll do. That was about bloody 20-30 seconds, that was. Okay, yeah, but, this was so worth it. Yeah, I know, everyone loves the cards. I don't know why, but they're going down really well. Shazad is, oh my god. Shazad has got pretty much the entire collection, and I hope he's not in tonight, because if he's in, he's got loads of the rares. He's got probably got a few legendaries, which are the ones that, he probably has the legendary to shut down the stream, because one of the legendary cards that you can get is the stream stopper, which means if you redeem that card, I have to shut down the stream straight away. So if he has that one, he holds so much power on the stream, it's crazy. But yeah. Wait, Georgina, build my ego, please. The redeemer of this card is owed 1 compliment. Okay. You know what? I have to say, Georgina, the one thing about you is I always love how nicely your hair is done. You know, you always, the way you present your hair is really beautiful. It's always lovely. And a lot of the time it's lovely and straight like that. And so I always, whenever I see a picture of you on Instagram, I always think, oh wow, I really do like the way your hair is on pretty much every photo I've seen on Instagram. So that's a good compliment. So yeah, there you go. A little bit of ego building there, I suppose. 20 seconds sounds about right. Oh no, oh my god. Yeah, so oh my god, so we're on 12 now, that's crazy. I've got cold tea tonight because, well, it was getting on, it was very close to 1:45, and the kettle hadn't boiled, and I thought, it's either boil the kettle and be late, or it's have cold tea. So I thought, well, you know, the kettle was partially full, but it was tepid, and I thought, oh, I'll just pour that in, and you can see, well, you probably can't see actually. No, you can't see, but it's kind of infused in, but it's not crazy. Smooth out there, see, that was alright, that was. Right then, so if you got any questions about reselling, anything like that, you drop them in. I mean, there's not really much we can talk about at the moment with reselling. But one thing we can talk about, though, is the whole eBay thing that they're doing. So, don't know whether you're aware, I only have had a very brief look. In fact, let me go on my phone, because I think we could get this up. And no, I don't mean it. Oh, God. Things I say. Let me check here. Is it? Oh, it's not on there anymore. It was on there a day ago. What are you doing? You should have it on there. No, it's not on there. But I read some details anyway, and it said, apparently, and don't take my word for this, you'll have to go on the site completely to get this completely right. But as far as I'm aware, they're going to be very relaxed on, for example, late deliveries and things like that during this period, because of obviously what's going on. So, yeah, from what I have heard, they're going to be very, very relaxed on all that sort of stuff. And there was something that they said about managing your business through a temporary shutdown. Now, I don't know whether they mean eBay as a shutdown or the UK as a lockdown thing, or what. I don't know what that means at all. But the one important thing that I did see, and there was two little things that were on there that I could see on the app, was this late delivery thing. So that's good. That's at least something. We have to give them credit for that, something. Because I was getting a bit, I was thinking, what if I can't go out? Like today I've been out and I did my post and everything. But what if it gets to the point where I think, maybe I shouldn't be going out, and maybe even I get symptoms myself, then it's like, oh, well, what am I going to do, So that's good. That's good that we give that little bit of leeway. But again, eBay's been like that really in terms of in the past from what they've done with different things and stuff. So you can't ever rely on them completely and stuff. But yeah, it seems that seems okay at least. It's something. Will that be your mate calling at uni ads? Mate calling it? Oh, mating call. Oh, right. Okay, I get it. I read it wrong. Will that be your mating call at uni ads? No, it will not, because I won't get far with that, will I? I really won't. So, I'm not. No way. This is why I tune in. Ads making sexy gorilla noises. People at work will wonder what I'm laughing about. Why are you at work? I didn't know you watch these while you're at work. Canada Post will no longer guarantee delivery of items. Wow. They've said, haven't they? I don't know what the thing is in the UK. Is it Royal Mail? They're still continuing. Royal Mail and Hermes, I think, are still continuing. So I don't think that's too bad. I think that's kind of... I mean, it's okay, and it's alright, but I don't know. The thing is, there's so much uncertainty. You don't know whether they're going to continue forever, well, for the next few months or whatever, or whether they're just going to be shut down at some point. And then it's really for resellers, it's a thing of, well, what do we do? Where do we, well, how do we do this, essentially? So, yeah, it's one of those things that we just kind of have to go with, really, and just see what happens, see how things pan out. But I've been out today, although maybe I possibly shouldn't have been out today because of this social distancing thing. But, that's how it is. So anyway, if you got any more questions, as I say, whack them in the old chat. I'll just go up because I don't know whether I've missed anyone jumping in. Oh, Bumcrack Picker was in, so hi there, BCP. I don't think I've missed anything else. Only in a short time today gotta go to... so you're not watching this at work, but you are going... you go to work after this. Okay, cool. Or you are today, at least. Right then. I saw a woman with cherry-scented tea roll today. Was very jealous. Cherry-scented? I've never even known that. I've never even known there was things like that. I mean... Was I even aware that there's scented toilet roll? I don't know. I haven't a clue. But yeah, it's that is quite odd, really, if you think about it. No, my sister. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Seriously. No, I don't. But okay, that's fine if that's the case. But oh my God, no, I don't. Am I the only person left in the chat? Yeah, I was wondering where everyone's gone. Like, everyone just vanished a second ago. That was really weird. I mean, there's still 19 people watching. We didn't have a dip, a crazy dip in viewers or anything, but it's just like people aren't in the chat or something. Maxter Dog, how can I sell to make money as a teenager? Well, I don't know whether anyone else in the chat, I don't know whether you guys know this, but... I don't know whether you can sell on eBay. I mean, I did when I was really young, but I don't know whether you're actually meant to do it or anything, and I don't really think it's wise of me to say, oh, well, you know, maybe just bend the rules a little bit, or maybe use your mum and dad's account or something like that, because I don't know the official rules on it, but, you know, there's ways around these things.
Gina redeemed this card. Next question in chat. A-OK hand.
Okay, got it. Oh well, that's easy. I can do that one. There we go. I've answered that, and that's to Chris's question. I was answering Chris's question without words. Oh, you see, you need to redeem that card when it's a question next that is actually almost impossible to answer without words, not just a yes or no answer, and then it gets really tricky. You see, the whole point of the ads cards are to trip me up, are to try and send me into a state of paralysing anxiety in which I can't recover from. That's the point of the ads cards. So everyone who redeems them have got to be making sure that they do it at the exact time, so to throw me off and derail the chat and derail my sense of security. That's what it is. So let's get these. Let's really. Hey, that was after your card. I had just read Maxter's question out, and then Chris said, "Do you watch Bearded Picker? He uses sandpaper." Right. Okay then. What was the question that was after your card? Because there's no question. Got to go now, actually. Just wanted to say hi. We'll watch the rest later. Alright. Thanks for joining anyway, Pleasant Mellow Picker. Yeah, but Georgina, there's no other question after that, because Chris's was the last question in the chat. What should I sell? Well, if you are going to sell, then, I don't know, sell what you enjoy. That's what we all preach on about. We always say, sell what you feel you have passion for, because if you sell something that you're not passionate about just for the money, you will burn out at some point. And it might be sooner or it might be later, but you're going to burn out at some point. So essentially, if let's say you might be interested in video games, you know, you're a teenager, you might be interested in that, so go out there. I don't know whether you're in the US or the UK, but if you're in the UK, go out there to car boots. Well, can't really do that much at the moment, but if we're in other circumstances, if we're in normal circumstances, go out there to a car boots, try and buy some video games and stuff, and just sell them online. I mean, it's really about trial and error. It's really about just thinking, right, what would I like selling? Where can I get it from? And, okay, how do I know that this is worth money? Well, I can go on the eBay app and check what it's worth with complete and sold. And then you think, right, okay, I'll buy this for £1. It goes for maybe £6. Right, I'll try it and see if it sells. And maybe it does sell, maybe it does actually sell. And then if it does sell, you then can reinvest that money and you can go out there and buy something else. There might be other times in the early days of reselling where you make a mistake and you pick something up for £1 and you might have checked its value a little bit, but you might not be totally comfortable with how to check value, and therefore you might make a mistake. and then you might not sell it. But then you just have to try something else, try again, you know. So that's kind of really, that's kind of just really how you would do it. Ask him to keep his answers to less than 2 min all show. That'd kill him. That should be an ads card, actually. Next question has to be a 30-second answer or something. I've got a little phone note section for new ads cards. Next question has to be answered in 30 seconds. Yeah, that is actually a good one. And not 2 minutes though, because that's too easy. 30 seconds. So I've got another couple of things, ads cards that I'm gonna put on. One of them is going to be a legendary card, and it allows the person who redeems it to get £10 free PayPal cash. So that means I will send them £10 worth of PayPal cash if they redeem it. Obviously it's going to be a legendary card, so it's going to be a little bit harder to get, because I can't just put that as a common card. It would make no sense. But yeah, I'm going to put that one on there as well. I'm thinking of possibly putting an Amazon voucher of the same value on there as well as one of the cards, because I wanted some more things that actually, you know, make people, you know, like actually give something to people. That's what I mean. Like, actually from the ads cards, because a lot of them are just, you redeem it and then I do something, or, you know, I tell you something or whatever. There are a few of them, you know, for example the poetry book one or the free merch and stuff like that, that actually give you something. But I wanted to do a couple more. I wanted a couple more in the actual collection that actually give you something, or you at least have the potential to be able to get that. So yeah, I'm going to do them as well. I'm going to whack them. I've got about 5 more that I need to do in Photoshop. It's crazy. Oh, Tommy, my God, you've only redeemed one. You've only redeemed one. You better get redeeming them, because you've got, what's that? You've got 45 cards now, Tommy. My God, that's crazy. I think he's on top chat. I'm on live chat. Why? F your cards. I'm sulking. Why? What was it? I can't even see a question. Oh, do you mean the beach life question? Do you mean the beach life question? I don't know. I don't know whether you mean the beach life question. But I'm on the YouTube, what's it called, studio place, and I'm on live chat. There's not even an option for top chat on here. It's just all on live chat anyway. Like the power. Right then. I think it's on top. No, I'm not on top chat. Ask him to... Oh, I've already answered that. Right, so, if you've got any more questions, whack them in the chat. Oh, there we go. Send them. I will send you 2 free chests of ads cards. I will do that now for you, Tommy. I'm actually on stream loot here. So let me go here. What's your name on stream loot? Is it Tommy? Well, actually, I can go on my purchases. Let's check. If it'll, I'll have to refresh it. One sec. I'm just sending these packs to Tommy. I'll just be a minute. Right then, Tommy Bernard, brilliant. Right then, Tommy Bernard. There you go, you've got your little logo on there. So that was 2 chests, was it? Right, I have sent them. You've sent 2 chests to Tommy Bernhard. Cool. Right, so that's cool. So Tommy just won 2 chests. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so as I say, any more questions in the chat? And yeah, and then what else? What else did I want to talk about as well, I suppose? Because I don't really want to send the chat into a downer or anything with all what's going on. I don't want to necessarily just ramble about that for an hour. I mean, I could ramble about that for an hour, but it's just, everyone's probably been so immersed in the news that, you know, we don't want that. We don't want to be just chatting about that forever. Either Tommy or Thomas. Yeah, it was Tommy. So you should have had them now. You just check on your stream loots, and there should have been some sort of, I don't know how it works actually, but there should have been some sort of notification pop up, or they should have just come into your collection or something. I'm guessing, do they do notifications on? Oh yeah, they do notifications, yeah. It should be in your notifications in the top right hand corner, Tommy. So yeah, I don't want to talk about the whole situation anymore, you know. I'd kind of like to keep it a bit more light-hearted and stuff, because as I say, people have probably, they've been talking about it so much, I'm sure. In terms of reselling for me, I'm just kind of keeping going as normal. There is the possibility as well that, I think universities are closing or as of Monday, so there is the possibility that the uni thing might be pushed back a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that because I'm reading quite a lot at the moment, and really, even if the university thing does get pushed back, there might be further complications that spring up later down the line, and therefore I might be a bit more worried about it. But as of now, I'm not too worried because I'm thinking, well, I can read more, and it just means that obviously I'm just getting more ahead of the game really with reading and getting more references. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, I don't know. It's just slipped my mind then. But yeah, it's not too. The only other thing is to do with my reselling. Obviously, I'm slowly getting rid of some stuff now. I'm on 1,150 listings now, so I was on about 1,200 a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Probably 2 weeks ago. So it's very slowly going down. It must have been more than 2 weeks ago because there's no way I've had 50 sales in 2 weeks. No, I don't think I have. Not this 2 weeks. No, not this 2 weeks. So it must have been. Maybe it was 3 weeks. I don't know, but it seems quite a short period. 2 weeks to go down 50 listings, since I've not been doing brilliantly or anything with sales. But yeah, so I am slowly getting down with that. So the thing is, if university is pushed back, obviously then I might have a little period in which I've kind of deconstructed the business. But then obviously I've not got much income coming in, so that's a bit of a one. But we'll just hope that it isn't. If it is delayed, it's not delayed for a year or something like that, and it's just maybe delayed for maybe maximum 3 to 6 months. Hopefully more that sort of 3 months, because if it's delayed 3 months, that September I would have started, and I'll actually start in December. That's not too bad. That's all right. I can kind of live with that. So that's okay. Have you sold anything today, Georgina? I think Georgina said on Insta actually that was it today that she wasn't selling much or something, but I don't think I've sold anything today. I honestly do not think I sold anything. I sold a few bits yesterday, and I sold a fair few bits on Monday or Tuesday actually. I did an okay day Monday or Tuesday, but today I honestly do not think I've sold anything, which is really. It's crazy really at the minute, and I know that a lot on eBay, a lot of these second-hand things, I don't know whether people are going to be buying them. Not just for a reason that they're second-hand and you don't know necessarily whether they've come from an infected home or anything like that, but for a reason that is there much need for them? Do people need them, Because really, people at the moment are thinking in that level, that primal level, that level of, have we got enough food? Have we got enough, water or this or, well, not necessarily water, but you know what I mean. Oh, we've got an ads card. Do a power pose. Do the Hulk Hogan power pose. Right, let me Google that. I don't know what the Hulk Hogan power pose is. Is it not something like that or something? I don't know. Oh yeah, it is. I'm right. Oh, cool. Right, okay, we're going to have to try it. Is it like that? Oh yeah, it's like that, innit? With your hand like that. And then, does he put he puts his head like that. How long do I have to keep this for? 10 seconds, 20 seconds? But, well, it's my show. I should have more resolve. 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I should do it for 2 minutes, because when you hit 2 minutes of a power pose, physiological changes take place in your body, and apparently it makes you feel happier. It might produce more serotonin, I guess. So maybe we should do this for 2 minutes, although I'll probably lose half my viewers, and I've only got 16, so then we'd be down to 8, so maybe I'll stop now. But yeah, so that's that one, Hulk Hogan power pose. Isn't that one good? I thought it was something like that, but I was thinking it was maybe that or something. I don't know, not quite that, but that's a cool one. Yeah, I didn't know Hulk Hogan originated that one though. Yeah, he must be getting on now, mustn't he? He must be like close to 70 or something. Oh, Peter Way's in the chat. Hi there, Peter Way. Oh god, a load of chat going on now. Oh, Stu's in. That's Usain Bolt's power pose. Well, it says on that was on Google as Usain Bolt, not Usain Bolt. That was on Google as Hulk Hogan. Makes you feel manly. Yeah, it does. It definitely does when you do the power poses. Right, let me go up because I've missed a bit of chat here. eBay just gave me the 2 months of 1,000 listings store for the price of a basic store. Oh, that's good. That's something good. Anyway, gonna see if I can get the store built up these next couple of months. Well, it's gonna be a tough challenge, but you gotta go for it. Definitely go for it and see what happens with it. But yeah, as I was saying just before Tommy did that card, yeah. Well, what was I saying now? I forgot what I was saying. Oh God, I had it a second ago and now it's gone. Oh, I don't know. I keep forgetting things tonight. It is one of those things really that. Oh, that's it. That's what I was talking about. So the physiological needs and stuff. So people are all about the food and the this and the that, rather than the second-hand goods or even the luxury goods. That's why really at supermarkets now, there's. When we went in today, loads of things are gone, like the peas, the frozen stuff, the vegetables, loads of stuff. But you'll see that the chocolate aisles, bar a few bits and bobs gone here and there, are pretty complete, pretty stocked, because chocolate has always been more of a luxury good, a good that a product that you don't necessarily eat when you're really hungry or anything, but more just because you actually want to eat some chocolate as a nice little bit of pleasure, really, of satisfaction. And so everyone's not in that mentality of satisfaction. They're in the mentality of let's get what we can that is, to sustain us if, let's say, we can't go out of the house. So we're talking tin stuff that lasts longer. We're talking frozen stuff that lasts longer. Obviously, people are buying the fruit and veg still as well, because that's... Well, I don't know whether this is the exact reason they're buying it in terms of their psychology, but certainly you would imagine one of the reasons would be because that's good to help fight anything your body's facing, having more fruit and veg and stuff. But I don't think people are buying it for that reason. I think it's simply that they're buying it just for a panic. But that is a kind of offshoot of one of those reasons. And then, all the other bits and bobs. So, meat has kind of gone quite a lot, but it's not gone loads. There is meat there is meat available. The vegetarian stuff has gone like crazy. That's really gone quite a lot, which is interesting to see. I suppose a lot more people are vegetarian, and that's why that's happened in that way. Oh, Georgina says 7 today. Oh, so she's got quite a lot then. That's not too bad. But I closed my returns cases, then sales came through. Ah, right, because I don't know whether it was you or someone else on Instagram that put sales were slow today. It might have been yesterday, I don't know, but... Well done, I've had one sale today, set of 3 elephants. Well, it's better than nothing, one sale, something's better than nothing. I actually took out, although I've not had pretty much anything on eBay, I actually took out some passive income from my crypto because... Believe it or not, I know why this is. It was actually because there's a hard fork coming up for Steam, but Steam went up like 140%. And Steam, if you don't know, I've banged on about it before, but it's the cryptocurrency that I'm most invested in. So it went over 140%, and then today it was just slowly coming down, but it was still up 100%. And so I had a fair few Steam just sat there from my passive income that I've accrued over the last few months, and I thought, you know what, I'll sell all that. So that was coming to about 207 quid, so I was pretty happy with that. It was probably the last 2 months or so, around that anyway, and yeah, I thought, right, I'll sell that. I've not sold, obviously if you're watching the LBC videos, I've not sold any of my passive income from LBC, so I have maybe about $50 worth of LBC sat in there still, which is pretty cool. Like that's 40 quid, $50, 40 quid, something like that. So yeah, that was pretty good. So although I didn't make any on my eBay, at least I cashed out that bit from there. So yeah, it's something. But yeah, it is. It's just a weird time at the moment, really, with how things are going. And I know some people are saying that sales are good. Shazad said yesterday sales are good, but obviously he's in a different sector, really, and he's in a different ball game as well. But I know possibly other people are saying they're not too bad as well. I think Nick's still doing okay, It might be a little bit choppy for him, but he seems to be doing okay, because he put up on Instagram the other day that he had sold a couple of bundles of Lego for 100 quid or something, or obviously he'd said that the day wasn't brilliant apart from that, but obviously at least he had done that, so that was okay. And I think someone in the chat yesterday, actually, from the Working Hangout, said that they had done, or was it someone else's video? I'm not sure, maybe it was someone else's video, but they said they had done 170 quid in some sort of sale anyway. So yeah, you know, I think there are people out there who are still selling and being consistent and stuff. As I said, it is a bit different for me. We can't judge it completely on my stuff, because I'm not really listing the same. I'm trying to deconstruct the store rather than build it up and stuff. So it's all over the place. One day might be really good. Maybe, let's say I've done a load of auctions, I've sent loads of stuff to auction, and then, you know, there might be a Sunday I do phenomenally well. A couple of Sundays back I did over 300 quid. And then, obviously, there's other days where, like, for example, today, it's just dire. But I've not had any auctions ended, I've not done anything of that. And to be honest, I've been listing very, very sparsely over the last week or two. So again, that's not going to help it. So with me, it's a bit different at the moment. I can't really compare to you, or you can't really compare to me in the way we're going about things, and especially with what's going on as well. So, but yeah, ordinarily I'd be able to compare a little bit more with other people and think, oh right, okay, oh yeah, they're having a few more sales, so possibly I need to do, and you know, obviously to get some income in, I need to do some promoted listings or this or that or the other. But at the moment, as I say, different boats really. But saying that, I do need to do promoted listings. That is something that I should write down to do anyway. Yeah. So I'll just go down the chat. I've missed a little bit of chat here. Yeah, but you have to be careful. They will charge you for overage if you don't upgrade or take them down before the 2 months. How do you careful? They will charge you for overage. And I don't know what you mean. Are you applying to someone else in the chat, Tommy? I guess you're applying to someone else in the chat. I'm not sure. Maybe, but I'm trying to work out what you mean. I guess maybe you're talking in relation to the store upgrade or something. I don't know. There is no BCP. There is no toilet paper on the merch store. That is a lie. There's no toilet paper in Sainsbury's still as well. People constantly. They're just constantly in there. Toilet paper. It's crazy. Right then. I sold 2 bars today. Make of that what you want. Oh my god, I tell you. Tap Peddler's in. Hi there. Oh yes, I think Tommy was replying to Fat Girl Sewing. 4 face masks. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, you could just cut them, couldn't you? Oh god, that'd be funny. Very funny that. Hey, yeah, has anyone heard from Andrew today on messages or anything? That's what I need to do. I need to message him because he wasn't looking in a brilliant way yesterday, and I've not messaged him. I was going to message him actually today. I've been doing so many different things today. It's just slipped my mind, but yeah, I do need to message Andrew. Because as I say, I don't know whether anyone else watched his stream. Like, I didn't watch the stream when it was live, but I did catch a bit of it afterwards, and he didn't seem like he was looking brilliant. But you never know. It might just be something else. It might not be this, but yeah. Well, I don't know, but yeah, it would be cool to see if anyone's heard from him anyway. Yeah, text him. He's fine. Oh, cool, good. So maybe it was just a cold thing, or maybe he's still got a bit of a cold thing. Spoke to Andrew today, yeah. Oh, cool, good. Oh, he was live. Oh, I didn't know he was live. I've not been on YouTube that much. Don't think I've been on YouTube that much today, so yeah, I mustn't have seen it live. Oh. Well, seems like most people are okay. Fingers crossed at the moment. He's still... No, I'm not reading that out. Oh, God, Stu. Tell you. Yeah, so that's... I will message him in a little bit anyway. I need to do... There's another couple of things I need to write down. Oh, yeah, I wrote a couple of things down there. Yeah, a few more things I need to do tomorrow, actually, as well. It's been a busy. It's weird. It's been a busy couple of days. I think being in. I think actually. I mean, I say that I've been out every day. I've been out every day for the last 5 days. But I keep saying being in, but I'm not even in that much. I have been going out. It's weird, but I do think with what's going on, I feel as if I'm doing more. It's weird. I'm at home and I'm just plowing through things, and especially doing that vlog on Wednesday and then doing it today as well. That really motivated me to get some more stuff done. So, I mean, I've had a to-do list today and I've just plowed through it. It's been brilliant. So I think that the best thing is that, people just get on with work, just keep doing things best you can, because this could be a brilliant time, so long as, let's say, hopefully, fingers crossed, as I say, people don't get the virus or anything. But this could be a brilliant time for actually getting some really good work done, getting some projects set up, getting some things happening, really. I mean, I have been wanting to write another book for a few weeks now, and I've put it off, and I thought, I'll do it in a few weeks and stuff. And it might be a good time to start something like that. That's a perfect project for this sort of time period. So, it's, these things, we can think about these different things that we can possibly do. Maybe trying to find a new way to make money online. Maybe just even listing more on eBay or whatever it may be. But to me, I'm thinking more things away from eBay at the moment, because I still have to go out for eBay, so I still have to do the parcels or this or that. So I'm dependent on something like that's external to the house. And if, let's say, there's a lockdown or something like that, then I wouldn't be able to go out. So I'm thinking, right, what can I do that might not make me money immediately right now, but what can I do that is primarily in the house, and then that can be turned into an income stream in the next month, the next 3 months, the next 6 months. Obviously, in the case of a book, it's more of a long-term thing, but it's still working towards something that can be turned into an income stream. Another more obvious thing would be, trying to make money online in other ways other than eBay that's more solely online. Even maybe like investing and things like that. But the problem is, at the moment, no one wants to invest because the markets are really down and everything. And we also get into the moral perspective of that, and the fact that, let's say, oh right, yeah, you're okay, you feel like you could invest in the markets and stuff, you think, oh yeah, there's an opportunity to invest. We get into the moral perspective as well. Is that right? Because that's indirectly profiting from something major that's going on that's a big negative at the moment. Just like the whole idea in reselling, and more in reselling, of, buying the, what do you call them, the pots of soap or whatever, the hand sanitizers, buying them for £5 and then selling them for £30 or something. And then we get into the morality of that, really. You see, ordinarily, some people would say that's not so bad because, let's say, we talk about a lot with when someone's died, right? And then we're selling a record of theirs or a CD of theirs. And so when we compare something like that to that, you think, oh, well, maybe it's not so bad. But then we have the flip side of that. If you think, well, if you're taking away that sanitizer from someone who incredibly, incredibly needs it, then you are effectively sort of indirectly contributing to this, and also you are possibly meaning that you're there's more loss of life or whatever from that. So yeah, there's big things with that as well, really. I don't know what my point was. I don't know what I've kind of just randomly, I've just rambled there, but yeah. But yeah, certainly, I mean, the thing is with investing at the moment, a lot of people don't want to do it. Even if, let's say, people were fine with doing it, a lot of people don't want to do it anyway because it's very uncertain. I'm not investing in anything at the moment. The only thing I did today was just put another £100 into RateSetter, because I had took that crypto income out, and I thought, oh, you know what, I put £100 away for my new laptop because I want a new laptop for uni, which I've talked about before, I think, maybe in one video, and then I put £100 over there into that, and just that was basically the investing that I'll be doing. I won't be doing any more, really, but I've got plenty of investments and stuff anyway, so I shouldn't really be investing anymore. Right, anyway, let me go up the chat, see if there's any questions or anything. If anyone's got any more ads cards, don't forget, you can redeem them whenever you like. I'm sure actually Tommy has probably got a few wares and stuff in there. Did you use a ware before? I don't think you did use a ware. Oh yeah, you did. You did actually use that 2 free chest one, didn't you? He was pulling it. No, oh Tommy, don't say that. For God's sake, you can't say that. Because what happens then is I read it out, and then I think, oh no, why did I read that out? So don't say that. 3 for me so far today, so 3 sales. That's not too bad. Again, at least it's something, it's something that's going on. BCP, you missed ads showing us Gorilla Sex. Oh my God, I tell you. Yeah, a few people who've joined late have missed a couple of things that have gone on. Did you hear thumping, Stu? Thumping? What are you on about? What is going on here? He is just worried as Taurus is running dry. You know what? I've not gone to Aldi or Lidl or B&M or anything like that. I've only been to Sainsbury's and stuff. It'd be interesting to see what they've got in stock as well. See if they're like proper empty. Because you think really, with the volume of supermarkets we have, you wouldn't think they'd be that empty, would you? Than they actually are, because we have supermarkets everywhere. And it's weird that they can get exhausted this easily, really. I mean, yeah, of course, there's still stuff in there, and there's new deliveries coming in every day, so there's not necessarily not necessarily a need to panic. But it's weird that it can get exhausted or somewhat exhausted quite easily, the shelves. So yeah, it did really open my eyes to the supply, and from a business perspective, from a logistical business perspective, it was interesting for me to see what's happened here. Because obviously I studied business at college and then did a part of a uni degree on it, so of course I'm very interested in that side of it as well. And so it was very interesting for me to see the product lines that went out first, and also that business logistics tied in with human psychology. And so you got the peas going and the tinned stuff going and stuff. That's interesting to me. And so it has been eye-opening really in one regard, this experience so far. Don't even know what a rare is. What is a rare? A rare, right, so the commons are green, the rares are light blue, and the legendaries are gold. The legendaries hold the most power, they're the best ones you can get, and they hold the best rewards. The rares are the middling ones that hold fairly decent power, and they might have a few different rewards. For example, you got your 2 free chests that I sent you, so that's like one of the rewards. And then you have the common cards, which don't really hold any direct rewards for people, but they're just the ones really that mainly just do something on the stream or whatever. So yeah, that's what the common, rare, and legendary is. They've run out of oh, here he is. There's Andrew. I'm glad to see him. They've run out of Taurus in Aldi. The end is nigh. Oh my God. They've run out of blooming lot of things, I tell you. Here's our little thumper. Oh God. What is that in reference to? That's something. That is not something just normal. That is something weird. But anyway. So yeah, if you got any more questions or anything, whack them in the chat. What are we on? We're nearly an hour already. It's crazy, isn't it? Andrew, probably in case of onions. In case of onions? What? There's probably... Oh no, that's not a joke. I thought that was Stu saying that, and I thought, well, if it's Stu saying it must be a joke, but it's Peter. Okay, I get it. It's probably not a joke then. Yeah, so I think that's really all we can talk about tonight. I don't think there's much else to be talked about, because I would talk about a few other bits and bobs. Oh, wait, one sec.
Monumental Luke redeemed this card from Muke.
You can only chat in emoji from Monumental UK. Well, that I don't know whether you know, but is that you or is that me? I think that's you, Andrew. I don't know whether you were directing it at me. I'll type in emoji in the chat for 2 minutes if you want, but I don't even type in the chat. So yeah, I think that's you. So yeah, you have to speak in emoji in the chat for 2 minutes. What was I saying then? So yeah, I would talk about other stuff, but to be honest, I've probably just doubled down on the vlog. I've got my camera here, so because I was doing the vlog today and yesterday, I'd probably just be doubling down on what I've already said in the vlog, really, with regards to any other reselling stuff that I'm doing. But I quite enjoyed doing the vlogs, really. It reminded me of doing the vlogs when I used to do them a couple of years ago, because I went through a period of doing quite a few vlogs and stuff, and it was interesting. 6 a.m. this morning, my mum went to, wow, 6 a.m. Yeah, don't go at that time, it's crazy busy. And that's the thing, though. If you go at 6 a.m., yeah, okay, if you want to get some stuff or whatever, then fair enough. But thing is, if you go then, you're at a lot of risk for the virus, because there's so many people in there. And I mean, we went at 1 o'clock today, and there was a lot of people out. You see, we're meant to, and this is something that's frustrating me, right? Now, obviously, the government, we all have this kind of thing of whether we should trust them, or whether we should do what they say and all the rest of it, and we shouldn't necessarily just fall in line. But there's got to be some level of us taking what they say as something to take on board, and then them taking what we say and them taking it on board as well. And if a society doesn't have, let's say, the ability to take on board what their government is saying, then what happens is there's this level of friction, and especially when we're in the situation that we're in, things can get out of control. Or let's say we're in a wartime government or anything. If a society doesn't necessarily have an implicit level of small trust in what the government is saying, then things get out of control. And what I'm seeing, particularly in my area, is there seems to be so many people out. They're not really exercising this social distancing, and this is going to only spread things further. And so, yes, we can make the very valid argument, why should we trust the government? Why should we do what they say in terms of, not just in terms of just the little things that they're talking about here, because there's no reason why we shouldn't do the little things that they're talking about here, but in terms of bigger things, why should we trust the say? There is that argument there. But I think that we should always at least have a little bit of basic trust in them, and, take on board the things they're saying and actually do them. I know there's many, many people out there who are doing this, but if you went to my Sainsbury's today, if you went to my local town, you would think it was just a completely normal day, other than the fact that the shelves were bare, but I'm talking about the amount of people that were in town. You would think it was just a normal day, and that's not right. I want to go to that car park, and I want to see about 20 cars there, when obviously the car park can house about, I don't know, it must house about 150, 200, no, it must be more than that. About 300 cars or something. But I want to see 20 cars there, because if everyone was following this, that would be how it would be. And if we were following this to that extent, the virus would calm down way quicker. And so we're only bringing it on ourselves. We are only creating our own destiny when we don't follow these rules and we go out there every day. And I have to say, I'm a little bit hypocritical in this, so please bear that in mind, because as I say, I have been out for the last 4 or 5 days. When I've been out, it's been fairly quick, or let's say there's been one day I've just been for a walk down the back roads, which is perfectly fine. That's something that you're fine to do, just go out down a back road having a bit of exercise and stuff. Now, we don't want to get into the perspective of just being a robot and just falling in line with what they do and giving them and just taking exactly what they tell us. We want to exercise a little bit of free will. We want to make sure that we are still our individuals. But in this time specifically, I don't think it would harm us to actually exercise a little bit of conformity. And that comes from someone who is very individual. That comes from someone who, I don't class myself as an individualist, but it comes from someone who is very much a creative, free individual for the rights of the individual, let's say. But I think that in this time, I think it's actually beneficial for us all to just go back to a slight little bit more conformism during this period. Then we go back and open up to more of, let's say, what Maslow would call a self-actualizing society, in which, you know, things are getting back to the peak of human experience. For example, poets and philosophers and things like that, or maybe philosophers maybe are needed a little bit, but certainly poets and artists and things like that, because they're self-actualizing individuals, they're not specifically required in this society that we're in at the moment during this period, because we're in the period of the safety needs, and as a collective, as even the world, we're in the period of the safety needs or the physiological needs. We've gone back. We were, about 3 months ago, we were a self-actualizing society. You know, everyone would do things like, you know, well, not everyone, but people would be able to do poetry and this and that, but you'll find that those more luxury things, those more goods that people spend on as a luxury, people aren't going to be spending on them as much. People aren't going to be going out there and spending the money on a £500 painting by a really good artist, because we're not in a self-actualizing society at the moment. People are going out there and they are thinking about their safety. They are thinking about their physiological needs. They are thinking, right, how can I be secure? How can I make sure that I get myself through this? Again, there's a lot of self-interest in the society we're in at the moment, and that's dangerous. Because when we have a lot of self-interest and matched by, let's say, a government that doesn't take the right course of action, we can get a little bit of social unrest and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not trying to scare anybody or anything like that. But I'm just saying that, you know, these things in a certain way of thinking, a certain approach to things can happen. I don't think we're necessarily at all there with that. But I'm meaning just in an example. And so, you know, we do have to look at these things. We have to make sure that essentially we are exercising a little bit more conformity, getting us through this period, and then we can go back to being this flourishing society who really is more self-actualizing again, with more of the talents and the jobs and the professions and the vocations that actually are more luxury or considered luxury or are considered a real passion for people, a real something inside the self, you see. There is, I think there is possibly for philosophy and stuff like that, there is a place in the society with basic and physiological needs, but the place of the philosopher in the society of the self-actualizing is different from the place of the philosopher in the physiological needs section. Where the philosopher comes into a physiological needs section is within a political advisory position. So the philosopher comes into, especially the political philosopher, comes into advising the government of possibly certain actions to take on, maybe even logistics and things like that. That could come into it as well. There's obviously plenty of different ways he could advise, but that's different to the self-actualizing philosopher. The self-actualizing philosopher thinks about life and death and all these problems that we have the luxury to think about because we're a self-actualizing society. We're not there yet. That's why nobody's necessarily thinking about, is there a God or anything, although maybe some religious people are, but nobody's really thinking about that. They're thinking about, how can we beat this virus and how can I stay alive? How can I survive? And yes, there might be, as I say, quite a number of people saying, like, you know, go into that side of things, but there's not loads of people actually thinking philosophically about the nature of the universe, about these things, because that's more self-actualizing. That's the right of a society that has conquered for the time being their physiological needs, their safety needs, their love needs, belonging needs, and then finally, obviously, after that, getting on to self-actualization. So, yeah, I would say I needed to get that out. I apologise. I know it was ranty, but I needed to get that out because it's just been frustrating me all day. It has been frustrating me. I'd be impatient not shooting up anymore for 5-2. I think, Andrew, that I would have done it. I would have done it differently. I'll say that if I was in charge, I would have done it differently. I would have been a little bit stricter with the things that I put in. I would have been quicker with the things that I put in. Well, I say that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I were to get into a position of power like that, I might be a wet lettuce. I might just cave from the pressure. But ideally, in the ideal situation, I would be quicker. I would have been stricter. But then we get into the logistics of it. So, for example, let's say as soon as the virus entered the UK, we had one case. We say to all supermarkets, right, you are limited. You all say to your employees who are on the tills, every person can only, every sort of person or family can only get this amount of this product, this amount of this amount of this, right? If you do that, what if you've got a larger family? Or what if you've got a smaller family? So then you need to set up different structures which all take time to put in place for the family of 3, the family of 4, the family of 8, the family of 6. You see what I mean? Possibly ration books would work better. But then again, you've got to devise the structure of the ration book. Again, catering for the needs of all the different families. But if you could delegate that authority very, very quickly, as soon as we had one single case, or even if it was in a different country, we then roll that out very, very strictly. And then the food gets what. So it's a bit communistic, or a bit in that communism, but I think that that's beneficial in this time period. And so then we don't have that. We can't have supermarket shelves emptied because it's not allowed. It's simply not allowed. And if someone tries to do it, if we've got the manpower, I don't know whether we would have the manpower, but we try and police it. We try somehow. We really, not just with the staff at the supermarkets being very harsh, but we try and police it. But then we get into the idea also, the problem with that we get more social tension with that, because can you see what would happen? Someone would start arguing with the cashier and would say, well, no, I need all this, I need this. So then you'd get more people arguing, a bit more social unrest. So then we have to look at that angle. Okay, so we've got to do something different. We can't just do that. It's got to be something. There's got to be a way to calm people. We've got to make sure that we're doing this in the right way. So then we need to slightly adjust our kind of thinking on that. But that, in a way, basically looking at it, would keep things to a certain level at least. And then we do the same things as the social distancing, but we put those in earlier. We possibly, as the cases grow, but not at the rate they have. For example, we do this a few days before. We should have done this about a week ago. Close the schools. Then, about 5 days after that, if cases have got to where they are now, lockdown. And by that time, we could say, no, because actually, no, then we wouldn't be able to have the food. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to have the food. So what we would then have to do is find a way of getting the food. So then we'd be in a logistical nightmare that way. So no, we couldn't do that because people haven't stockpiled the food. So we could do that, but what we could do is we could say from every household, we have one person go out, and we maybe even structure, no, it's getting too, no, can't do it. Getting too confusing now. We wouldn't have the manpower to be able to actually do this in time and structure this, especially with the pen pushers wanting to write it all down and structure it in assessments and all that sort of stuff. But what I was going to say is we do little time sections. So we say, right, the youngest person from a household, who is obviously an adult, goes out to the supermarket to get the food, right? But then, what about all the people working at the supermarket? So that would be a logistical nightmare because they're still there. But also, even if we had times, then as I say, we'd have to put all those times down into a structured format and then roll that out across the country. And then managing that, policing that. So that wouldn't work. So then we get to a point of, well, do we go back to the exact same situation that we are in right now, and we let people panic buy? That could work. We let people panic buy, right? And then people potentially get just about enough to get through 2 or 3 weeks of lockdown. But they're not allowed out, right? They're not allowed out. But we make sure people have got like just enough. And maybe people start to get very hungry towards the end of those 3 weeks. But really, are people getting pretty hungry? That's better than more people dying, right? I would say. I mean, then we've got the argument when we come into like the Second World War of the point of, or I think it was the Second World War where they did those tests on people and they were trying to cure people. They were trying to cure millions of people by doing tests on like 50 people, and those 50 people would die. So then you get into the morality debate of whether sacrificing one life is better, it's kind of better or worse than sacrificing 1 million lives, kind of thing. Is it right to sacrifice one life so then you can save 1 million? That's what I'm trying to say. So then you think, well, it's hard, because then what value do you put on life? And a society is judged as based on what value it puts on one single life, because one single life, that life could be so important, so beautiful, and I don't just mean in intelligence or anything like that. I mean in that person, that personality, the way they are with people, how kind they are, how just the raw emotionality, the raw beauty of what it means to be human. That one life is so sacred, essentially. So then you get into the morality debate about that. But then, in this case, we're not really saying that morality debate, because we're not actually killing people. We're just making people starve a little bit. Like, they're going to get a bit hungry toward the end. But then, that 3 weeks would stop the virus dead, because no one's out. No, and 3 weeks would just about do it, I would say. So then the virus is gone. Then, within 6 weeks, you could be back to normal functioning. Now, in this case, because everything's shut down, the economy is gone, right? The economy shuts down for 3 weeks. But we have to consider the fact, is it best to shut down the economy for 3 weeks, or have a very long 18-month period of a pandemic where the economy is slower and slower and slower, or really slow at first and then slowly gets back to normal? I think that most people would argue on the latter case is better, because at least you still have an economy going, and over the 18 months you'll probably find that the economy is it's stronger to do that. It's more worthwhile to do that than to shut the economy for 3 weeks, because that's a complete loss. So then we've got that argument, but then we come back to the other argument of morality about, but if we do this for 3 weeks, it means that so many thousands of people less will die. And then it comes down to a question of money versus human life. And when it's a question of money versus human life in a philosophical perspective, most people will say human life. Then we get to that, then we get right back to the answer that we first thought was wrong, in the form of closing the economy and the society for 3 weeks, even though it will be more economically damaging. And so, we have to take the hit economically. But as we all know, money doesn't matter. It doesn't actually exist. Money doesn't have a value outside of our society anyway. So why should we favour a conception that doesn't have any value over an actual, real, tangible human life? We shouldn't. And therefore, we then firmly back in that position of the 3 week closing of the economy situation, and just spare as many lives as possible. Now we come to the other idea of the fact that, right, okay, if the NHS is closed as well, because it will be, if everyone's at home, the NHS won't be able to perform life-saving operations on the people who actually need it for other reasons other than the coronavirus, right, or other than any other sort of virus. So then we have, I don't know how many thousand, maybe a few thousand people or a few hundred people, I'm not sure, probably a few thousand. We have a few thousand people, potentially they may die because they've not got the operation. So then we come back to the idea of measuring a few thousand people dying because they've not got the operation from the NHS because it's not running, aside from a few hundred thousand, maybe not a few 100,000, but a few more thousand people dying because of the coronavirus getting out of hand over a longer period. And then we have to really weigh it up. Now we come to an issue of human life versus human life, more lives or less lives. Well, logically speaking, no, actually, that doesn't come into it because that's a separate point. That's a separate point. So, you would probably go logically with the less lives in this idea. So, therefore, you would still do it logically. That would be the logical conclusion, and therefore you go with that. And so, there's some of my ideas of how I would do it. But then again, what do I know? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a government person. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what all these logistics do. I don't know the supply chains. I don't know how this works. I'm just looking at it from an onlooker thinking, I can see that, and that. But the problem is I'm not really in there firsthand. I can't see really what's going on. I can't really see all these chains, but certainly that's possibly what I would do. Anyway, as I say, I just wanted to get that out there, I suppose. It's something that I've talked about, just thinking, I tell you, it's crazy. I'm feeling better listening to ads. Oh no, who's got it? Nope, Joan. Self-isolation, so I've had to give up my dream, but as a bonus, I'll not be using my shoes for a few days. I'm watching until question time comes on at 8. Oh yeah, I better go anyway now. It's been over an hour. But yeah, thank you for listening to my ramble about how the government possibly should necessarily do it, and maybe how we should exercise a little bit more conformity at this pressing time period, and maybe just, do a little bit more of what the government is saying, even though it might tear some people apart, because as we all know, the government don't get it right all the time, but we do have to make sure that we're doing things, I think, in this time. Hi guys, tuned in, and Adz is talking about God. I am talking about it in relation to the whole situation at the moment. Well, I wasn't talking about actually in a religious perspective to the whole situation at the minute. Although, it is funny, has anyone noticed this, right? If you believe in a God or not, but it doesn't matter if you do or you don't, but this is something I noticed, right? So, I think it's 0 to 9-year-olds, or even 0 to 19-year-olds, as far as I'm aware, when I last checked last night on the death rate thing, there's been no fatalities, okay? Now, I don't know about the human body. I've got a friend who's a doctor, and, I've discussed with him in very, very fine details throughout his learning and becoming a doctor, bits and bobs, but nothing crazy. But I would imagine that anyone 2 years old, 5 years old, right, would be their immune system and their body, obviously it isn't fully grown yet, we know that, and you would think that they would be quite susceptible to a virus like this. That's what I would think, right? And of course the old people are going to be susceptible, no doubt. Obviously the regeneration of the cells aren't brilliant, the body is winding down and stuff, all the rest of it. And then people like me are cool, we're alright, because cellular regeneration is really high. Obviously, the other good one, sperm production is really high, all that sort of stuff. 50 billion sperm every day, I'll have or it's around that anyway, up until you're about 30, and then it slows down. But you would think that, 0 to 9, something like that, would be very at risk, right? So, I just hypothesize, right, that if there is a God, this is his or her or its or whatever it is, entities, way of showing mercy, of saying, look, this is a big pandemic, this is something that has to happen for whatever reason beyond our comprehension, but look, we're gonna save the kids. The old will die, the slightly older, few of them might die, but we're gonna save the kids, don't worry, we're cool. So that's nice. If to think of it in that way is nice. I don't always say that I believe in a God completely. I don't always say I don't believe in a God completely. I like to stand in the middle. I like to look at both. I like to embrace both. Of course, I have a spiritual side, but I like to embrace both different things. In fact, I can get on quite well with a lot of atheists, and I'm sure there's a lot of atheists in the chat, because I see that perspective quite a lot, but I also see the kind of spiritual and God perspective quite a lot as well. But yeah, so I thought that's interesting from that perspective. Obviously, we can put it down to a scientific perspective. I'm sure if a doctor come in, or even I ask my friend whenever I see him next or whatever, whenever that may be. But even I ask him and I say, why is this? You maybe know a bit more about the body in terms of why that is happening within the body. Because I would have thought we'd be more susceptible. And then maybe I could come back to you with an answer actually and say, oh, well, my friend Daniel has said this, and obviously he's a doctor, so I must assume that he knows what he's talking about, because I don't have that knowledge that he has, and I've not gone through 6 years of training.
Extreme 1296 redeemed this card.
Oh no, Shazad, no, I was hoping you weren't in. I have to give you some advice. Well, why aren't the loot cards working? They are working. That one was working there. Why? Did you just send another one through? Maybe they're just taking a few minutes to come through, I don't know. But yeah, so why aren't we? Oh, I know, it might be because I'm on a 30-second delay to you guys. But anyway, so could you give me an idea in your life or in the macro environment of what sort of advice you want to give me. Give you spiritual advice, philosophical advice. Well, no, you don't need reselling advice. That's stupid. Business? No, business is the same thing. What sort of advice? Love advice? All those sort of stuff. Because I can't think of just. There's so much advice out there. I can't really hone it down to one specific thing. I don't know really. Yeah, if you give me a bit of an idea, that'd be good. Anyway, I'll come back. So I forgot what I was going to say then. Anyway, but oh bugger it! I forgot what I was going. Yeah, that noise always gets me. It gets me. I'm like, oh no, I can't. I can't remember what I was doing. But yeah. This could just be nature testing the Methusian. I can't even say that, and I don't even know what it is. I'm going to have to type it in Google. Methusian theory. Population increase. That means of its dominance. Hang on. Or to his theory that population tends to increase at a faster rate than its means of substance, and that unless it is checked by moral restraint or by disease, famine or war, other widespread poverty or degradation is an inevitable result.
Extreme 1296 redeemed this card.
No! I knew someone would... Right, okay. Right. Okay, I'll do this because this is actually only a little one, but no one really knows this necessarily. So, a lot of people will know that I had operations when I was a kid, right? And I had that, up there. I had on my left leg that Elizabeth frame, right? Well, when I was in the hospital, right, I couldn't go for showers or baths or anything on my own. Obviously, I was 10 years old and I had this big metal frame on my leg going through my leg. So, in that time period, pretty much every day for a week, I got hand bathed by a male nurse. So that's a secret. You're taking that one. I know it's not a crazy secret, but no one really knows that, and that's a good one. I'm gonna try and be clever about these. I'm gonna be clever, because you can't know my big secrets. My big secrets are too big. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be really clever about that. Take a few pounds and buy a mic. Take a few pounds and buy... I don't know what I mean. Yeah, that's a good piece of advice. Do a YouTube channel, although it's not really advice, is it? But I can give you advice on doing a YouTube channel if you want that advice. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's just the delay, actually, with the ads cards. I don't think it's that they're not working. It must be just the delay. Is question time on so early? Well, I don't know. I don't watch it, but I've watched it a couple of times. The best bit of this illness is having the bed to myself every night. Having the bed to yourself? Why do you have the bed to yourself every night? Why do you have the bed? I thought you have a husband, right? Don't you, Georgina? I thought he'd still be sleeping in the same bed as you. I don't know. What have you actually got the corona, Georgina, or something? Or have you actually got a cold or something? I'm not sure. What is your biggest secret? I can't say what my biggest secret. Well, I've got yeah, I've got some some big uns. Well, for two. Oh, no, I can't give you a free one, can I? Really? Well, okay, I'll give you one. It's not a secret to my friends. It will, maybe a close group of friends, but it's a secret to anyone online. No one knows this, so I'll give you a free one because that other one was a bit low, wasn't it? Really. You see, I always provide value. It's my job. I provide value. So, when I was younger, I used to do dares, like when I was going out with my friends, and I used to be a bit of I would class myself as the Omega, right? I would class myself as the Omega.
Extreme 1296 redeemed this.
Oh my god. Well, anyway, I'll tell this story. I'll tell this story while I'm doing it. And yes, you can see I'm doing it. I'm actually doing it. Why does everyone choose trousers? It's crazy. Right. So, I used to class myself as the Omega in the bunch. Now, if you don't know, in the packs of wolves, right, they have an alpha, a beta, an omega, and then they have other people in the pack as well that are like the middle. And then you have the females in there as well. The females. It sounds so weird saying females. I'm not talking about them in relation to humanity, though. I'm talking about them in relation to wolves. But it sounds so... it just sounds really weird saying females. Anyway, that's what we do. So I was the Omega. The Omega is really like the bottom of the bunch, the real kind of a runt, let's say. I always used to class myself as that. Although I don't anymore. I think I'm awesome. But, that comes from a lot of time of thinking I was the runt, right? So anyway, what we would do, and I'll take these. Oh God, no! I better not do that. Right. So what I would do is I would do dares, because I thought, oh, it's a way of kind of just winning people's kind of affection or whatever. Because obviously I must have needed that gratification at that point in my life. And so I would do dares, and I would do whatever dares people asked. I took it quite far. So I had a dare once where someone said, they just picked up a leaf and said, just eat that. So I ate that. And then what happened from that was I started to, my thing that I did was basically that I would eat grass. So whenever anyone used to, oh, God damn it, take your time. Tell us about a little about yourself. Not me, you. That's your card. That's your card. I don't know whether people know about these cards. Anyway, no, but that's meant to be your card. So when people redeem that tell us a little bit about yourself card, that's for you, not for me. If that was for me, that would be very egotistical, wouldn't it, really? Although I'm probably not above that. Right, so I've taken them off. They're there. I am going to change them in a second. I'm just finishing off this story. So I would do these dares anyway. So I think once, I don't think I swallowed it, but I was close to. I was very close to. Someone picked up a little cigarette bud off the floor. Butt or bud? Bud. I think it's bud. Picked up one of them. So I was chewing it round and everything. And I think I spat it out. I remember the taste actually. So yeah, I used to do things like that. I remember whenever people would dare me to do shots and stuff. It was this time when I was round one of my friend's house when I really was only just getting into the kind of drinking scene at like 17, 18. Actually 18 if anyone's watching, 18. But no, anyway, so I was just getting into that, and then people were daring me. This lad called Paddy, who was from my high school, daring me to do vodka shots. So I was like, yeah, I'll do vodka. I did about 4 shots, and I was drinking beer as well and everything at the time, on that night. And I don't remember at all that night. I do not remember any of that night. Like literally all I remember is running down running down to almost where this sort of fieldy type place is, basically like sort of back alley, and I was just screaming the fact that I was God and that I was like proper, I was like an immortal being and stuff like that. It was so weird, it was mental, and everyone but I don't really remember doing that much. I remember a bit of it, but then people were saying after the night that's what I was saying, and there was obviously some girls came to this party, right? And so apparently I was constantly, well, actually no, I remember this bit. I had walked out of the park. It was like a little house gathering. It wasn't a party. There was maybe about 10 people there. It was literally a small gathering. It was not a party. But anyway, I had gone back home, and my mum had got me into bed, right, and everything. And I was in bed, and I think I was sick, or I was close to being sick. But then I put my shoes back on, and I went back round. Tommy, oh my God, you're purchasing another 5 packs. God, we're up to 22 now out of 50. That's crazy. So yeah, thank you very much, Tommy, for purchasing those packs. So I went back round because I wanted to see the girls, right? I was like, got that little bit of libido, got that excitement going, like, yeah, let's go. You know what I mean? Anyway, so going back round, and then I walked up to the front door, and Ryan and John, Ryan's was the house it was, and John was there. One of my friends from high school. I love John. I thought he was awesome. I've still got him on Snapchat. I need to message him. But anyway, so I'm there, and Ryan's like, no, you can't be here. You bloody penis, all the rest of it. Anyway, I then basically them to escort me back again because the girls had gone at this point. Right, they'd only stopped there for about half an hour and then they'd gone off. So then I go back home and then I finally get into bed and stuff. But anyway, you see what I mean? I'm you know. Shazad says, I have over 100 cards. I know, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Right, okay, I'm going to put on these trousers now. Right, okay, we're going for these ones. These lovely, not brown, greeny ones. So, I'm going to put these on. Now, these don't have a button, so I won't be able to stand up and do the button up because, well, they'll just fall down on me if I don't hold them. So, yeah, I'll just... Oh, God, how am I doing this? Seriously, why did I bother with this card? Right, okay, cool. Right, okay, that's cool. We're cool. Right, Zahir, first card, eat some salad. What? Oh my God! Can you? We should do some. Z cards because Z has OBS and he knows how to use it and everything. So he could set it up how I set it up, and I could design some cards for him. Should we do that? Oh, that would be so fun. That honestly, that would be so fun. We should so do that. We should get him on board with that. Oh my God! Yeah, everyone, right? The next stream that you're on, right? That Z does. I think will he be doing his chinwag tomorrow night? Maybe. Everybody in the chat spam him with that to do the Z cards, and then I'll design some for him, or we can get him set. Oh, that'd be so funny. That'd be so funny. Yeah, anyway, I'll get going now. So thank you everyone who has done any of the ads cards and redeemed any of them. Thank you everyone for the purchases. Don't forget, when we get to 50 card packs sold, I will be giving away 5 free packs to one of the lucky purchasers, and there will be other giveaways coming with regards to the ads cards in the future, so yeah, just look out for those, and there will also be obviously new cards added to the pack in the coming days or weeks. Oh wait, we've just got one more. I have a message to give. I have to give your messages priority for 2 minutes. Okay, well we'll stay on for 2 more minutes then. Why are you not in our lives anymore? For one, I've missed them, quite genuinely. But for two, I'm just not watching resellers at the moment. The only reseller video I watched today, actually, and I've not watched any others, is Zahir's vlogs. I noticed that it was on my feed, and then I thought, I'll click into that. But no, the thing is, I'll have to set something up. I'll have to know when you guys are going on, and then pop in the chat, and then I'll be able to pop in. But it's either that I'm not on YouTube at the time and then I end up seeing that you've been live, because I get notifications still on my what do you call it, my notification thing, but then when I click in, it's because I've been in bed, I've been asleep or something. I have to go. No. Why did you have that card? Why did I make that a common? You know Shazad has got that card as well, and he's going to use it. He's going to use that card. Oh, God. Yeah, so I'll have to drop in one time. But because you do your afternoon show now, don't you? But which I can pop into. But then I always miss it if you do your night show, because by the time I'm up, saying that, I've been getting up about 7 recently, so... yeah, I might be able to catch the evening show, actually, at some point, but the afternoon show I can definitely catch, so... Yeah, I'll just have to be more on it with the notifications, really. Right, so I need to go for another 10 minutes. So does anyone else have any questions? And no one else used that card, so then we have to be on for another 10 minutes. Who is your top go-to video if everyone were to have one? Who is your top go-to video? What? Who is my top YouTuber? Who is my go-to YouTuber? Or you mean, what is a video of mine that's... Oh, good. Yeah, I know, but it might be on cooldown for you, but surely it's not on cooldown for someone else. Oh, crap. Does that mean... Wait, Tommy, just tell me something here. If that card's on cooldown for you, does that mean it's on cooldown for everyone else? Or maybe Shazad, if he's still in the chat. Does that mean... oh, is he watching this stream? Oh, cool. In reference to Z. Oh, right, okay, so does that mean... Yeah, so it does mean that card is on cooldown for everyone. Right, okay, I'll reduce the cooldown, cool. I'll reduce the cooldown. I'll do it now on it. Oh, wait.
Extreme 1296 redeemed this card.
This is the hardest one. This is the hardest one because I wish it was gone. It's the most annoying part. It's not a very funny art. I really do hate this life. It can be quite full of strife, especially in this moment of war. It can be quite disrespectfully without a cure. I confess I am somewhat of a bore, and that it may even be a little of a chore. But when you watch me, and you see I'm in a state of flow, something just comes over, and there's no sense of blow. I can dance, I can prance, I can have people standing straight up in a trance. I can enjoy the beauty of existence. Damn it. There we go. Oh, no. Oh. But maybe we won't go the distance, for I am one with everyone here. And maybe at the end we might have a beer. We could celebrate, we could sing, we could get into almost anything. Oh my God, please no, please no. It's really quite funny how Z doesn't know the honey. Yes, he doesn't know what's going on. He's kind of a little off and on. Wait, no, that's just the same word. Oh no, that's the same word. That's quite absurd. I don't know why I rhymed in such a way. It really is a terrible thing to say. It's just the most disrespectful attitude to have. It really gets me frustrated quite a tad. I have to rhyme for 2 minutes more. I just can't believe I've reached this shore. It's impossibly disgusting, quite lack of lusting. Lusting might not be a word, but still, it's better than eating some curd. Word curd. I am a little bit of an enigma when you sing with ligma. I speak with a certain tone when I flow in the zone. It's funny to say that we've only got a few minutes more today, but whatever the case, this will always be my base. Yes, Thursday talks will always be loving. Certainly, I'm in use of a drugging, although maybe not, because sometimes I can be as childish as a tot. Yes, apparently so. I can really have a childish glow. Right, okay, that's 2 minutes. Right, okay, cool. Poetry doesn't have to rhyme. I know it doesn't, but I rhyme with poetry. I rhyme. Right, okay, let me tell you what is going on here, Z. Right, so, we do something now called ads cards. And it's the worst thing that I ever came up with because people just keep redeeming them and I have to do stuff on stream. You can see up here, today we've sold 42 packs, which is absolutely incredible, but the problem is, and obviously I give away 5 free packs when we get to 50, the problem is though, that everyone keeps buying them and I have to keep doing things. And Tommy just redeemed a card a few minutes ago in which I have to stay on the stream for another 10 minutes. And if someone else has that card, possibly they might redeem it, although saying that the cooldown might be on, so we might be okay. So that's what's going on here. It is the craziest thing that I have thought of, and I really shouldn't have done it because I don't know what I've let myself in for. I really don't. Anyway, we're going to go in a couple of minutes because Tommy's card is almost run through. We will have done 10 minutes very soon. And then we can go, and I am going. Because, God, it's hard. It's hard. I tell you, it really is hard. The cooldown on the card, I know. Because I thought that that's per person, right? And I only do one, what was I going to do? I only do one live stream every week, right? So then, that would mean, after the end of the 2 weeks, after 2 live streams, you'd get to use that particular card again. But if, let's say, someone buys 5 packs, they have 15 cards to use anyway. So maybe on one live stream, they use one of those cards, and then on the next one, or the next one, we use another one of those cards, and then on the final one, we get to use that other card that we used on that first one again. You see how it goes? But I don't know whether that's going to work out. Now I know that the cards on cooldown are locked for everyone, right? I don't know how that's going to go down. So,
Tommy Bernhardt redeemed this card. Start.
Okay. Tommy, why do you always wear a bloody cap all the time? What's that all about? What's going on up here? Is there something going on up here that you're not telling us about? I don't know. And why do you always look? So I'm whipping into people here. This is my duty, I'll have you know. Why do you always look with some disinterested glance on the live streams like this? I don't know, but it is incredibly weird. It really is. So you just sat there in your baseball cap.
Tommy Bernhardt redeemed this card.
Share a funny
Go ahead
story.
and start after you roast me. Okay, thanks.
I'm going in a minute. I'm going. Yeah, so I don't know why that is you do that. And I don't know what your compulsion is with going on live with Tracy. I don't know. I mean, whether she's your carer or something like that. Maybe that's the case. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not going to judge, but you seem to always have to go on live with Tracy. I don't know. Something's going on there, I've got to say. But, you know, I mean... Yeah, and you always seem to wear a sweatshirt as well. You always seem to wear like a hoodie like this. It's like, have you not got any other clothes, or is that all you wear? Is that it? Okay, is that basically the extent of your wardrobe, or what? But yeah, so I think that's about. I mean, that's about 30 seconds. I bloody whipped into him, man. Bloody hell. So yeah, everyone will hate me after this if they redeem these cards. Right. Anyway, I'm not interested. Brilliant. Right. Okay then. A funny story. I don't know. I've not got a funny story. The only other funny story I've got, and I might have shared it before, but I'm going with it because it's the only one that is recalled to mind. When I was, actually no, this is a funny one. I've got another one. So when I was about 17 or 18, I won't tell you what I was doing, but let's just say that, right? Okay. Do this, and then whoever's watching it don't really matter because they won't get it, right? I have to share an unknown project I'm working on. Okay, I'll do that in a sec. So you'll get this from the action. Anyway, so I was doing that, right? You know. So, you get it. And first time I've ever done it, right? Anyway, okay, that's enough. So, I walked through the woods, because we were doing this in the woods, right? Sounds really ominous. Anyway, and I put like a crown of leaves around my head and stuff. I was putting, and I picked up a stick and took off my top and everything and walked around like some weird king type thing.
This card. What ways?
Yeah, I know it is a waste, but there's always got to be a trick card in there, hasn't there? So yeah, I was in there. I was honestly, I had this like I don't know what I was doing. I had this crown around me, and then I had what was it? I had this stick with me, and I was just walking through, top off and everything. It was crazy. Anyway, so project I'm working on. I am working on a project. I'm actually working on a few different projects. So obviously a lot of you will know that I did my other book. Now, it's not completely secret, because I did say in that video I am working on another book, but I will elaborate a little bit so then you get a bit more value, because you can't say I don't provide value with these ads cards. I do not. I always... Those burns were mild, but good efforts. But you can't say I don't provide value. Anyway, so... I am working on another book. I'm working on another poetry book. I am in the proofreading stage at the minute, and it's not really getting past that stage at the minute, but, I'm making sure that I'm proofreading it really well. And otherwise, and I've not got the time to be bloody proofreading it seems at the moment. I'm doing so many other different things. But I'm at this stage, and it's going to be called From the Mind of an Eccentric. And it'll probably be coming out later in the year sometime. It's going to be a longer book than that one, so it's going to be maybe about 20 pages. Well, yeah, it's coming in about 20 pages longer at the moment, but you never know. I might be tempted to add, because I'm not at the final stage of it yet. I could add to it. But yeah, so it's going to be that, and it's going to be focused on a different style. It's not going to be necessarily through love and pain, but I mean, there's going to be one love poem in there, because you got to have one love poem in there, haven't you? But it's actually going to be nonsense literature for some part. Not nonsense literature that's sort of microfiction or anything like that, but it's actually poetic nonsense literature that actually rhymes. So similar, it has a Zeusian feel to it. It has a Dr. Seuss kind of feel to it, but there is certainly a distinguish from my work from Dr. Seuss as well, with all the different way I go about it. There's definitely there's a central feel of Dr. Seuss in there, but of course there's things that set it apart from that. And so yeah, I've got that kind of nonsense literature book coming out soon. So as I say, I've touched upon it very briefly, but I've never really revealed any big information. I just literally said, I'm doing that poetry book. So that is something that is interesting coming out. I have got another one little thing that I'm doing soon as well, that I could share with if that card comes up at some point. But the thing is, if that card comes up too many times, I won't have any more things to share. So I might not have any more things to share at a certain point. But yeah, that's one thing anyway. So this card does everything. Why could I can't even do that. Adz needs this card thing promoted. There should be way more people in here joining this. Good job for thinking so far out of the box on this ad. Well, it came from, just before I go, streamers on Twitch. So I was thinking of doing gaming streaming on Twitch, but I'm still thinking of it. But again, I just don't have a bloody time at the moment. It's quite, you know what it's like. You know what it's like more than anyone. Well, everyone in here knows what it's like more than anyone. But anyway, so I thought, hang on a minute, if I could rebrand this, because a lot of the cards were like, if I get 3 kills on the game that I'm streaming, I'll do this, or I'll do the other. But I thought, hang on, I could rebrand this and do it for YouTube, right? And so I thought, yeah, I'm going to do that. So I did, the ads cards. And my God, I know you're saying that obviously there should be way more people enjoying this, and it would be brilliant if there were, but I've had so much support from people. You can see up here, we've had 42 packs sold just on this live stream alone, and then the live stream I did yesterday, we had over 50 packs, or it's about 50 packs sold. So I've sold almost 100 packs in 2 days. I mean, it's crazy the amount of support for it, and people seem to be enjoying it, and I am going to do fresh ads cards as well over the next week, so that then obviously we can keep things fresh, we can keep things moving with it, and it doesn't get stale too much. So yeah, If you do want to pick up a pack yourself, you can go down below to the link. It's very easy to set up. It's simply, if you go onto the website, which is Streamloops, simply like an authorize this app website where you log in with Facebook, you authorize it, and then you've got an account on there. And then you can actually build your collection of ads cards. There is 36 to collect. And then when I am on a live stream, I've got it hooked up to my OBS here, so that then when someone goes onto Streamloops on your account, on their account when I'm on the live stream, you can redeem the cards, and then it makes me do something funny on stream. There is also rewards for the higher level cards. So we have common cards, we have rare cards, and we have epic cards. The legendary cards. Common cards, rare cards, legendary cards. Green, light blue, and gold. The gold ones are the best to get, and some of those are really powerful. So there's a legendary card called the Stream Stopper, which if you redeem that, I have to completely shut down the stream straight away. There's a legendary card that gives you, if you redeem it, a free copy of my poetry book. There's a legendary card that if you redeem it, you get free merch. So some of my free merch that I'm wearing now, not exactly this one, but one that I'll just choose randomly. And there's another couple of cards as well that are pretty decent in there as well. So yeah, and you can also get cards where if you redeem them, you get free cards. So for example, Tommy just redeemed before a card that has allowed him to get 2 free chests, because they're called chests. You buy chests of these cards. So Tommy redeemed that card, and I sent him 2 free chests of ads cards. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm trying to provide a good amount of value with them, and as I say, I'm going to add to them as well to provide even more value with them, because I think it's important that we do that. And it's so much better than doing super chat, because actually people are getting something back. You know, it's not like you just donate and then that's it. You know, you've got something that's well, I mean, it's not tangible because it's online, isn't it? But it feels real. It feels a little bit tangible, and therefore it's something that is valuable. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Oh, Shazad doesn't have any legendary. Thank God you don't have any legendary. Georgina's purchased pack. Thank you very much, Georgina. So yeah, I will leave it there for this stream before I have to go on any longer. And yeah, I will see you next week on Thursday Talks. And yeah, with that being said, thank you very much everyone for watching. Hopefully no one redeems a card as I'm about to click the end stream button. If you do, I'll potentially, if I can quickly, I'll write it down, or if I can't write it down, remind me next week what it is, and then I'll do it next week, so then I'm being fair, because it's not really fair just to leave it. But yeah, if I see it pop up, I'll write it down if I can. But yeah. So, damn, I wanted the end streamer. The legendary ones are quite hard to get. I am thinking of increasing the probability of the legendary ones. Now I can do that on the dashboard. Because actually I think they're too... basically, Streamloot itself set it really low. And I thought, right, I'll just leave it as it is for now. But now I'm thinking, you know what? It's quite low to get a legendary, that probability. So I'm going to increase that probability, and we'll see what happens. So with that being said, I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to anyone who purchased a pack. Don't forget, when we get to 50 packs, I will be giving away 5 free packs to one of the purchasers of the packs at random. We might even do a spinning wheel thing if you want to do that, just to make it fair. But yeah, I will see you very soon. Make sure as well, guys, that you stay safe out there. Don't go out too frequently. Make sure you've got enough food and everything, and you're safe. But yeah, just make sure you're safe primarily, more than anything. And yeah, we'll get through this as a society, as a world, and it'll be. I don't want to say it'll be really okay, because it's going to be, you know, something that's very negative at the end of the day, but in the end, we'll be stronger. Let's just say that. So I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon. See you very soon, guys.